Hello?
Tim, hi, it's John Bishi from Gateway Motorsports Park.
Hey, John, I hear y'all have an amazing light display out there.
That's why I'm calling. You need to come out here. You're missing the lights.
What, you're missing a light?
No, we're not missing lights.
Don't worry, I got you covered. I'm on my way.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day, don't you know? It's a beautiful day.
This is The Thread.
Whoa! John, this is amazing.
Tim, thanks for coming.
All these lights, I know you're missing one, but I got you, don't worry about it.
What do you mean we're missing one?
Don't worry about it, we'll talk about that later. Tell me
Okay.
about this magic of lights.
This is the inaugural Magic of Lights at Gateway Motorsports Park. It is 1 million lights, 1.5 miles of displays, more than 40 displays. We've got a backflipping Santa Claus, we've got 8 lords leaping, 9 ladies dancing. It's really, really fun.
And I hear a portion of the proceeds goes to a really good cause.
Yes, it goes to Blues for Kids.
Did you say blues? Let's go blues!
Oh, you've got your blues on. And you get special deals and you can win blues tickets if you wear your blues gear on certain nights.
And they do so much good, so much charitable work in our community and for the
Great bunch
kids.
of guys, great partners.
Oh, that reminds me of another guy who's doing amazing things in this community for kids. You gotta meet him, John. It is John L. Langerston, and he has started a mission called Urban Born in the College Hill neighborhood. Wait till you see what he's doing.
If you're not making eye contact with me, you're not paying attention. Our mission is to create a paradigm shift. One more time, if this is, then this is. That super hardcore shift into the culture. That type of word is, and after we do this for so long, the ingredient with love and respect from the children will shift this whole country. You need to have confidence. Even if you don't know it, so what, I will. What I will. We get hundreds of children that come to our program that are in the 3rd and 4th grade and don't know what a vowel is. So the No Child Left Behind is just passing them. Our goal is to cease that. So when they come into the gym, they already. So now let me add this element of education. Because you're having fun. Now education becomes fun. Our motto here at Urban Born is easier to catch on now than to catch up later. And if one child don't get it, we all don't get it. So you know not to sag walking in here, huh? Okay, you know to come in and say hello and make eye contact, don't you? Yes, sir. I can't tell. They all know there's no cursing allowed in my home, because this is my home. And in my part of coming in my home, you have to make eye contact, say hello. You cannot cuss, and you cannot sag.
Some of the kids socially, they may not be where they're supposed to be. Some of the kids academically may not be where they're supposed to be. But they can each feed off one another and help each other grow.
Let me make sure you understand, I wasn't always like this. I used to be a drug lord. I come from a real bad environment. I too was one of these children. I committed a crime right out of college, and it landed me 10 years in prison. In my mind, I didn't think I was gonna ever come out. So I made a promise to God, if you get me out of this one thing, I give you my word, God, I will do whatever it takes to help your children. Come to find out that I have a fatal disease called sarcoidosis that they don't have a cure for. And they projected that I had 2 years, left before I would succumb to this disease. So at that point, I went to my family and I said, hey, listen, I need to reinvent myself and do what I love doing, which is helping our people. So we Googled the worst place to live, and St. Louis, Missouri came up, and so voila.
My response was, okay, most people want to run from trouble, and you want to run to it, and you want to take us, the whole family, with you.
For me, it was like I came home. This is where we need the most help.
There's definitely a need, and we just wanted to come and serve.
We do this with children for 10 years, nonstop. We'll wipe out this prison industrial disease that's happening in our culture.
You were given 2 years, they said,
yes.
You've been here 5, what's going on?
You can't predict what God gonna give you, right?
Right.
I think it's that love of doing this is keeping me going.
I just keep going back to being grateful, because I don't, we're not trained for this. We just Lord, use us however you see fit, and the people have just been coming.
The church closed, but do you feel like God's work's now being done in here again?
Definitely is. There's no question about it, yeah.
If one don't get it, what? So y'all better watch. Pay attention so that I can.
It is amazing what is taking place in that old church. And I tell you what, he's got a bowling alley down there. He wants to refurbish that so he can use that to reach out to the kids as well. And here's the other part of the story we didn't get to mention. You saw Ralph Stallhood in the piece. His brother Don and his other brother Mark, they get back together and they reminisce going through their old neighborhood there. Their father used to pastor at that church. They see Jonelle's truck out front, see a California number, call it, and found out what he is doing in their community. Now Don, the brother who lives in California, is serving on the board of Urban Born so he can help bring back and refurbish the neighborhood he grew up in. If you want to help him, go to urbanborn.org. It is amazing what they're doing there. Now I'm ready to go check out these lights, so how does it work?
It works one car, one price. As many people...
What'd you say?
One car, one price. As many people as you can stuff into your family car or even the thread sled.
Hey, everybody! One car, one price! Come on, hi, guys! One car, one price! That's my... It's getting kind of crowded in here. Yeah, that's my nose. Almost as crowded as it was at Mastermind Room Escape when I was in there by myself in the elf-themed room. Yeah, you heard me by myself. You see what I mean? That's my hat. Ooh. All
right, Tim, so this is our elf escape room. Here's the deal. What you got to do is, because the Kringle 3000 on the fritz again, Santa needs you to go through the room and find his original power source for his sleigh, the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
So you got to go through the room, find all the elements, get it out to Santa before time runs out, and the presents don't get delivered this year.
All right, we got this. We got this.
This is normally meant for more than one person.
Yeah, we got this.
All right, well, good luck. Your time starts now.
All right, thank you. All right, let's get to work. What should we do first? The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. I like that plan, little elf buddy. Have a blue. No, guys, singing's not gonna do the trick. We've got to find the things that make Christmas special and...
Arrgh, you'll never find me buried treasure, you scurvy dog. And even if when you do, I'll gladly introduce you to me Mary Hook.
Mary Hook? You know Mary Hook? Well, ain't that a fine kettle of fish? Mary Hook was my girlfriend in the 4th grade. In fact, I was the only kid in the 4th grade with a girlfriend. Of course, now I was 16. Come on, guys, seriously, we need a plan. First, we'll make snow angels for 2 hours. Then, we'll go ice skating. Then, we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can. And then, to finish, we'll snuggle. We're caught in a trap. You know, I got my head caught in a bear trap once. Guys, we have to find...
Keep your distance, me hearties, and keep your scurvy hands off of me booty.
You know, my Aunt Ethel tried to hide her booty once, but that house coat was about 6 inches too short. It was like trying to wrap 2 Spam loaves in a gum wrapper. Is anyone here in the Christmas spirit? I'm in an escape room and I'm singing.
Blimey, I believe I got me a barnacle in me britches.
You smell like beef and cheese. He is getting a little hungry. How about a fried peanut butter and banana sandwich, baby?
Asking ye permission to kill Hall the King and take away his belt of many jewels.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You sit on a throne of lies. Here we go. Come on, really? Oh, already? We didn't even get past the first challenge here.
Midnight. Did you find the spirit?
No, we didn't find the Christmas spirit. In fact, we couldn't even get along. We never get along. Somehow I thought Christmas might be different.
Guys, come on. There's too many. Come on. Out. Everybody out.
We wouldn't have had this problem if we'd brought my El Camino. I got 18 in the drive-in. Hey, play Freebird, Christmas edition. Man, that was a carload.
That was a lot of people.
Almost a train load.
Nah, more like an express load.
Polar Express? That reminds me of Miracles in Progress. It's an organization started by Trina Eakins, and she just recently took a group of kids who are battling illness and their families on the ride of a lifetime on the Polar Express. We're celebrating people moving to the needs of people. It's time for this week's Home State Hero, brought to you by Home State Health.
We have gotten together kids from Cardinal Glennon Hospital, SSM, as well as Children's, and brought them together to make their dreams come true on the Polar Express. A lot of them are just struggling for life, and we're wanting to bring life to them and happiness. There's no words that can describe the reason why I'm doing this. It's just a passion. It's a love that I have for people and these kids that need to fight. But most of all, I think that we're support for families.
And why did you choose Miracles in Progress?
Because every day I feel that there are miracles happening, and they're always in progress. And everything that we can do to help others, it makes sense. We're all in progress. Everything's a miracle. Just to know that I was able to help another changes me. It changes my life. To be able to give back and take all of this energy and pour it into someone else, to me, that's what wakes me up. That's what keeps me going to keep doing more and more for those kids. This is all I want. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
The Thread, brought to you by Bomarito Automotive Group.
This is Frank Bomarito for the Bomarito Automotive Group. If you're considering using any internet-based car buying service, consider Bomarito.com first. With 12,000 new and pre-owned vehicles from multiple franchises, the Bomarito Automotive Group will have your car at your price. And we'll show you a better deal. Dealer direct at Bomarito. Don't pay extra for a middleman. Let the Bomarito Automotive Group earn your business today. Bomarito.com.
Whoa, this show's just getting started, and once again, more stories about people sharing their experience and their strength and their hope and how they've overcome amazing struggles.
Yeah, stories that will inspire you, and you know what? They inspire us too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think we come at this thing from a place of perfection, absolutely not. I mean, there are days when we come to work and we're riding pretty low. But we go out and we're able to share these stories, and people share their stories with us, and it lifts us up and gives us strength to carry on.
It shows us too that God knows what we need and what we need to hear, because a lot of times He's using you guys to talk to us.
He does it all the time. I mean, we can't tell you how many times we've gone in to do a story, and we've heard exactly what we needed to hear at that particular moment of that particular day.
It's like they read our mail.
They do.
Hey,
we read yours.
Speaking of mail, we want to tell you what Alice had to say about our Mother's Day show. She wrote, "I saw what other moms and kids went through and how they came out stronger, and it touched my heart. Makes me realize there is still good in this world, and God is in the midst of it."
He is absolutely in the midst. He's in the midst of this show. We got more coming up, so stay tuned. Hold on. Hey, are my tennis shoes deductible?
Tim, what are you doing?
I got to get my taxes done, my investments, and I got to make a will.
Come on, I know just the place. Come on. You are going to love Securus' Circle of Advisors. They can help you with your tax advice, your legal needs, your investments, and your insurance.
Awesome.
Tim, meet your Circle of Advisors.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well, we did tell you to bring everything.
Securus Circle of Advisors, helping people build and secure their vision of retirement.
This week's Thread Up story is brought to you by Securus Circle of Advisors.
All right, John, I'm ready to see these lights.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Do it. Whoa.
This is great. Woo. Big jump, John. Oh, checking flag, John. Here we come.
Here's the big finish.
Yeah. Woo.
I've never done that before.
Yes.
I may never do it again.
Yeah, that was great, right? I like the lights, but I felt like I missed something, John.
Then go back and do it again and slow.
So I don't have, just because it's on a racetrack, I don't have to race through it?
No, take your time, enjoy it.
Okay. John, this is so much better. I can see everything at this speed. It's not light speed, it's light speed. Enjoy the light.
Enjoy it. Take it all in.
Yeah, it's a slower pace, which is a great lesson to learn. One I learned when I spent some time with the L'Arche community.
I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean.
We are communities that are centered on people with developmental disabilities and caregivers called assistants living together in homes. It started in France 52 years ago.
I want to pray in Thanksgiving for this evening with a lot of joy.
We have a spirituality about living with those who are more vulnerable and bringing out their gifts.
The ability of watching everyone kind of discover how to be with one another and support one another is really amazing to witness.
The core of the community is the core members, the people with disabilities in our home, and we learn how to be part of the community from them.
Everybody together as a family, helping each other with the chores.
Laundry.
You like doing laundry?
Yeah.
Really? You
fun doing laundry.
You like laundry? Will you come to my house then?
Yeah. I have my own cooking day, so
Things like meals and getting to pray together and sing together, it just is really life-giving.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
The way that people might see in them and say, oh, they're so broken, they're displaced, they're not, but they're really the ones that are lifting up those of us who are able-bodied, those of us who are able-minded. They're the ones who are leading us in how we should be with one another.
Am I worthy? I don't feel worthy, Kara. Okay. All right, if you say so.
We come to be a good helper, and we find out that the person I'm helping, well, guess what? It's Amy, it's Kira. They have something to help me learn that I'm needing. A healing that needs to happen inside of me. They're going to teach me and show me that.
This is what it's all about. Like, I can deal with the craziness in the world because I know that it's really about love, and it's about building relationship with one another, and it's about connecting on a real deep level.
I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
What an incredible evening. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed my time in Joyful House in the L'Arche community. You know, they're about to open their third home, and they're doing amazing things there. They've really focused on being human beings instead of human doings. If you're interested in learning more about L'Arche and maybe even being a volunteer, go to larchestlouis.org. Hey, John, what is that? Is that a chair?
Somebody put a chair there.
Aha! You know what that means. It's time for the hot seat, brought to you by Rothman Furniture. Oh, that's right. We're at the drag strip with the Christmas tree that's always here right behind us. And we got the drag strip manager, George, joining us for the hot seat. George, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
You know how this works. You get 30 seconds. Clock will start after I read the first question, and the subject is lights.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. All right. Number one, what special gift does Rudolph have that other reindeers don't?
Rudolph has got a red nose.
Yes, indeed. All right. Contrary to the name, these lights are not found on the top of your head, but on the front of your car.
That would be headlights.
Yes! If Rudolph had a light on his tail, it would be a...
tail light.
Yes, absolutely. The top plays in a sporting event are all put together are called what?
Highlights.
Yes! And finally, your favorite part about the magic of lights is?
All the lights.
The lights! Yes! George, you just conquered the hot seat.
Woo!
Brought to you by Rothman Furniture.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's go racing.
Yeah.
We've been blessed with some amazing partners on the thread, and this one's a real jewel, pun intended. We're talking about Newsteaders Jewelry. Come on, how many people do what you do?
Maybe a handful in the entire country.
There's only, what I read, 4 people in the country doing this. The interlocking monograms that you see on everybody's door out of wood and jewelry is just a machine thing.
Most of them that do engraving probably do machine engraving, or they do gun engraving. I don't do either one of them.
Also, there's not another one of this in the world. I mean, I've got the only one.
That's why each piece, I sign it with my signature, Richard F. Newstead. I said it's the most recognized signature in the country when it comes to hand engraving.
I mean, he's not 16, so you better get your orders in by Christmas.
She means that in the nicest way, Richard.
I do, Richard,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
With love in her heart. If you're in the market for jewelry, make your way to Newsteaders, where honesty and integrity meet. Hey shoppers, how would you like to go to a store that never closes? Oh yeah, we got one for you. It's the Thread Store. Go to thethreadstl.com, click on shop, and you can buy your t-shirts and hats so that you can suit up, join the team, and thread up, y'all.
There's certain things I can't do, but I still get up every morning and do it. Someone once told me, but you don't look sick. Just like anyone else, I eat right, exercise, and get the right amount of sleep. Some days, this is easier said than done. If it was up to me, I would stay in bed all day. Friends don't understand me canceling on our plans when I'm tired, and work doesn't understand why I call in sick when I sound just fine. It's hard to understand when you can't see anything wrong. I'll handle tomorrow when it gets here. Each day is a different hill to climb. I am 21 years old, and I have lived with lupus for 7 years, and I'm not the only one. Over 5 million people worldwide struggle with lupus every day. To learn more about this disease, go to lupus.org. By knowing more, we'll be able to answer the questions that surround this mysterious disease.
Hey, Threadheads, we want to hear from you.
That's right, this is your show, and we want you to be able to have a voice in it. So if you'll send us a message, any question you have for us, any comment, any story idea, we'd love to hear it.
All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, The Thread STL, and hit message.
John, this was amazing. You were right.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Over 1 million lights.
Lights.
And the light you needed from me, I got it right here. Hold on. Oh! It didn't break. It didn't break.
You know, I didn't need that.
You didn't need that light?
No.
I thought you said you were missing lights.
No. We got 1 million lights.
So you just wanted me to come out to
see the magic of lights.
Oh!
Not the singular bulb.
Well, thank you. That is awesome. So this is all about relationship. Just like Bryn. Bryn is battling a very rare form of cancer, and for her wish, all she wanted was to spend some precious time with friends. All right, Kelly, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Bryn has no idea, right?
No clue.
Look out, Bryn. Here comes your wish day. Come on, let's go.
He rang the doorbell and we came out and just, the overwhelming love and emotion. You just can't put a price on that.
It's pretty crazy. I've never been in a limo before, and so it was really cool.
All she wanted was to be a typical teenage girl and hang out with her friends and go see a movie.
I don't get to see them as much because I don't go to school because I have doctor's appointments and stuff. And so it was really cool to be able to kind of gather them all in one place so we could all hang out.
We partnered with Universal Pictures in order to get this private screening for Pitch Perfect 3 in order to make her wish day happen.
They just don't know how much this means to our family and to Bryn. I haven't seen her smile like this in a long time.
This journey's been really hard because she's had to give up everything. So anything that we can do, to make her forget for a second. Yeah, that's all we want to do.
It sounds cliche when it doesn't directly affect you, but yeah, I mean, I can say it now with a full heart that, yeah, cherish these moments, these little things, going to the movie with your kids, watching a video at home, going to the park, to the zoo, whatever it may be, because that's really the most important part.
What a joy it is to be a part of those wish days with the Kiara Strong Forever Foundation. I mean, just an amazing job that Robin and Kelly and their team do to make those wishes come true. And look at Bryn. I mean, of all the things she could wish for, all she wanted was time with her peeps. She wanted a night out to be a regular, normal teenager with her friends, with the relationships that mean the most to her. When it's all said and done, that's what's most important. The same way with Miracles in Progress. Trina and her team just wanted those families and those kids who are going through tough struggles with their health and other things to just be together, to build memories together as a family in relationship. Look at the L'Arche community. I mean, life moves at a slower pace there, and it's beautiful because they're not concerned about completing a task, they're about building relationship. The residents there aren't concerned with what you've achieved or what you've done, but who you are and who you are to them. And then Urban Born. John L. and his family didn't just send aid from California to the College Hill neighborhood, they moved in so they could give of themselves. They opened their home to these folks. They're not just building up the minds of these kids, they're building relationship with the families, moving in so they can make a difference. It's the same way with God. When He moved to our deepest need and longing, God sent His Son. He sent Himself to be with us in Jesus Christ. He moved to our greatest needs by coming and dwelling with us in the midst of our madness and our mess and all of our problems and our sin and our suffering. You know, in John chapter 1, speaking of John the Baptist, the Apostle John says that he was not the light, but he bears witness to the light. And then talking of Jesus, he says, the true light, which brings light to everyone, was coming into the world. And then in John chapter 8, Jesus describes himself the same way. He says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. But then in the Sermon on the Mount, in Matthew chapter 5, Jesus says, you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather puts it on a stand so it can give light to the whole house. In the same way, shine your light to others, so others may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. We become the light of the world when we accept Jesus into our lives. We're able to shine our light to others. And I know a lot of people think that that means being at the top of your spiritual game. Not really. You see, it's when I'm at my lowest oftentimes that Christ speaks more clearly and his light shines more brightly through me. I know this time of year is difficult for many folks. It brings more acutely the loss of loved ones and relationship and illness. But know this, when we celebrate Christ being born, he's born into your darkness as well, and he's born into my darkness as well. And we can celebrate that. And we can shine our light to others, knowing that we have been forgiven. And what does it say in John? Chapter 1, it says, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I hope you and yours have a Merry Christmas and celebrate the light in your life today. God bless.
Spot Media Production Group.